Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to analyze Tezos and its token XTZ. None of the content is financial advice. We have covered Tezos 3 to 4 times over the course of the market cycle. Last video about six months ago. Back then, the price was at around, roughly speaking, 6 months ago was at around $1.60. It did have a lower low from that point in time. To those lows of less than 50 cents at one point, and now it's recovered back to $1.12. Again, it's much higher than the 20-week simple moving average and the 21-week exponential moving average, both at around 61 cents and 69 cents respectively. Again, coming back to the Crypto Weeklies website, this website holds information for an analysis for most of the top 100 cryptos by market cap. Again, Tezos being one of them. It's one of the most trailing cryptos over the last 7 days and 30 days, as well as over the last 24 hours, up by about 31%. Market cap at around $1.1 billion. Price at around $1.10 by market cap. It's ranked number 80th, so within the top 100 cryptos by market cap. Coming back to the Crypto Weeklies website, this website holds analysis such as risk-based models such as simple moving average, dollar cost average, and regression-based model, that is, and the time-weighted average price and the machine learning-based price forecast, as well as pair analysis for several major crypto pairs on their Bitcoin and ETH pair, how they are doing, prices on that pair, retirement-related models. We just covered MicroStrategy, some of the Bitcoin proxies and their retirement related models, and the top 20 cryptos by market cap, their retirement related models, and several analytics, a couple of which begs attention today is overall sentiment is kind of in the middle of the pack. ETH risk has risen to 0.73. For the first time, ETH is more risky than Bitcoin since the last iteration that was in, again, over here, April 2023. And if you look at for prolonged period of time, that is in November 2021, that is the last major bull run that crypto has had. Now that ETH risk has outpaced Bitcoin risk, it's a curious time to look at in the market how altcoins are performing, especially alts such as Tezos, and looking at also the bull market completion is now at around 45%. Again, we have entered the quote unquote banana zone, where the risk levels are now away from the low risk, that is between 0.2 and 0.4. Now risks have rose to this between 0.4 and 0.6 risk, like they did back in from about November 2024 to about February 2025, with almost a touch to high risk territory or moderate to high risk territory in early December. In terms of the popular narratives right now, this is all available in the analytics section or indicator section of the cryptoweeklies.com. All of the content available for free. You don't have to pay or sign up for anything. It's all available on the website on the bottom of your screen. Altcoins as a narrative is gaining traction, but again, overall Bitcoin and ETH have garnered a lot of attention right now. Adoption related narratives are also popping up. Altcoins such as XTZ are again ruling the market at this point over the last 24 hours. Again, this looks at performance at one snapshot. In that snapshot as well, over the last 24 hours and over the last 7 days, Tezos is up by about 77% and 10% respectively over the last 30 days as well, up by about 124%. Over the last 90 days, it's slightly behind Ethereum, but up by about 111%. That makes it the crypto of the day. This analysis is available on the heat map section of the website. That's why we are planning to cover XTZ on this video. The next target per the technical levels is at around $2.53. That's the 0.23 Fib level from the previous market cycle high at around $9.20. It's an older crypto. It has been around since December 2017, that is. If you look at the last highs, again, in 2021 market cycle, it did not make a new all-time high. Let's say in 2025 also the trend kind of proceeds in that fashion. Again, the highest for that trend line this time around, price action could go between the 0.618 and 0.786. that is between $5.87 and $7.34. That's again one looking at the lower high structure that Tezos has managed to be in especially since its inception. So what we need to look for is, again, in 2017 and in 2021 the price was slightly different from the market cap. Again, now the price and market cap are essentially moving hand in hand, which means that if there is any token unlock, it's a smaller fraction of the total market cap or the total circulating supply. The total circulating supply is 1.05 billion. Total supply is at 1.07 million. So roughly one and the same. Fully diluted market cap, and the market cap is also more or less one and the same. In terms of, again, the going back to the website, looking at first of all, starting with the machine learning based price forecast for XTZ in such an environment in the next 6 months without a euphoria in the market, that is one standard deviation bull case using historical price action for XTZ since about 2017. You could see that in the next 6 months, where the machine learning model you trained on this weekly price action and seasonal RMI STM and XGBoost machine learning technique, the next 6 months price action could stay between 95 cents and $1.68 without a euphoria in the market. But again, right now we are experiencing some sort of a euphoria vertical lift off for XTZ. If that kind of move kind of sustains in the next 6 months, price action to standard deviation ceiling or 95 percentile confidence that the price stays between $1.06 and about $3.70. That's the 2 standard deviation ceiling. The 3 standard deviation or 99.7 percentile, that is blow off top peak, the absolute best that XTZ could do per the machine learning model, is between $1.19 and about $9.95. Again, taking an average of this two targets between, roughly speaking, $4 and $10 gets close to that $7 target. If that 3 standard deviation case were to materialize, what needs to be seen is, as this week again the price got challenged to the upside. Again, 95 cents was the ceiling per the 1 standard deviation forecast. We are in 2 standard deviation zone right now. The price is at around $1.06, close to that $1.06. For these are weekly averages. So although the price is at $1.11 right now, the forecast look at the weekly average historically speaking and project what the weekly averages could be. So today is a Sunday, so for this week, even if the prices are slightly higher at this point, the weekly average would be much lower than $1.06. So going forward, if this orange line keeps price keeps in touch with this orange line and has a vertical lift up till about, let's say, middle of August or end of August of 2025, that $1.80 level is achieved, then we can look at the 3 standard deviation, and that is the red line, which is the 99.7 percentile bull case for XTZ. Looking at this in a tabular format is also available on the bottom of the screen, and we do have a bear case all the time. If the prices were to go down, what is the theoretical floor? Again, that is between 41 cents and about 76 cents. Base case is prices stay close to that 79 cents and 86 cents without any if there is any bullish narrative or bearish narrative in the market. Right now we are exhibiting this one standard between that 1 standard deviation and the 2 standard deviation euphoria case, that one with a ceiling between $1.70 and $3.70. Going back to the regression based risk, prices again have risen quite a bit from the lows. This model did identify a lot of accumulation territories using the polynomial regression based fair value estimation. This is the regression line in gray area. Based on this proportional and time adjusted distance between the price and this white line, color codes are assigned between the risk levels between 0 and 1, 1 being the highest risk associated with warmer colors such as yellow, orange and red, and lower risk is between 0 and 0.3 associated with cooler colors such as violet, yellow and potentially green. And right now it's currently risk levels is at around 0.24. If they were to go to that intermediate territory again, first of all, this model did identify or do a good job on, first of all, tuning out the noise where the risk levels are less than, let's say, 20%, helped identify formulated DCA strategy. Again, no model is 100% accurate, but if you have this hypothesis only to DCA when the risk levels are less than 30%, let's say, it almost covers the entire non-bubble area for Tezos. If you want to be slightly more conservative, only 10% or less than 10% risk, or between 0 and 0.1 risk, this identified that phase as well. Again, this model has not been retroactively fitted or something. This is the live model, has been the case since about developed at around early 2024, late 2023, early 2024. So right now, if you look at the intermediate risk levels for Tezos, that it usually goes in that parabolic rally, which kind of starts between 0.3 and 0.4, between 0.3 and 0.5 risk. If that kind of price action, if that kind of risk-based price action were to be ahead of us, the target for Tezos is between $1.36 and about $1.86, quite confluent with that one standard deviation ceiling at around $1.86. So that's the area of confluence for the regression-based model and the machine learning-based model. In terms of the 20-week simple moving average-based risk-based model, right now risks are slightly elevated around 60%. Price has deflected quite a bit from the 20-week simple moving average. As you saw over here, 20-week simple moving average is at around 61 cents. Price is more than close to 2x from that 20-week moving average. That's why the risk levels are kind of amplified at this point. If they were to go to that 73, between 60 and 73% risk in the next 20 weeks, that is not now, in the next 20 weeks, the ceiling estimated is between $3.44 and about $4.15 for Tezos. That is roughly speaking 350 and 420. That is $3.50 and $4.20 for Tezos. In terms of the time weighted average price based risk, this price action has been lower than the blue line throughout the course of especially since April 2022, where the price has been consistently below the time weighted average price captured by this blue line. If the hypothesis is that in the next half, that is the last half or the last quarter of 2025, if there is a bull run in altcoins, and if Tezos and its token XTZ were to participate in that bull run, accumulating below the time weighted average price, not the worst idea, but again, not financial advice. You can see that there are several accumulation zones, historically speaking, for Tezos again, where the price, even though over here the time weighted average price, when the price was less than $3.75, would have said that it's an accumulation zone, the actual drop was almost 10 times worse at around 34 cents. So that's again one utility of the model, is just a flag between whether it's an accumulation or in a high risk phase. Again, it does not tell how low the price action could go in any environment. Again, that is, I think, more the polynomial regression model is more suited, or the DCA model over here is more suited to make those kind of risk-based guesswork or risk-based analysis, where as the risk enter in the final drops of about less than 10 to 20% risk, that's where again on top of the time weighted average price, especially as 2026 arrives, which could potentially be a bear market year for crypto, those kind of models would make most amount of sense to be used in tandem. Overall, the bull run peak estimated as a confluence of several models, again not the machine learning based model, the regression risk and the time weighted average price, and this SMA risk based model says that estimated bull run peak for Tezos is at around, roughly speaking, $5, which is about a 4.5x of the current price of about $1.13. And with that, I would like to conclude by saying the first logical target is at around $1.86, close to that 0.23 Fib level. The higher end, that is 2 standard deviations, close to the 0.38 Fib level at around $3.88. Overall bull run peak or estimated bull run peak target is at around $4.87 or 88 cents that we saw as a confluence of all the three models. It's very confluent with the 0.5 Fib level drawn from the 2021 high to 2025 lows again. XTZ put the new lows in June 2025, again 1 month prior to current date. So with that, I would like to conclude. Hope you enjoyed the content again, and if you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.